So lads, this was a huge announcement by Unrivaled, and this is something that is very interesting. And Angel Reese is another player who is not currently on the Unrivaled list.
They didn't fire her with a press release. They didn't thank her for her time. They didn't even say her name. They just erased it. Angel Reese, the loudest lightning rod in women's basketball, is quietly out at Unrivaled. No farewell tour, no highlight reel, just a missing name on a roster that used to revolve around her. And here's the plot twist. The player who refused to join Unrivaled, Caitlin Clark, now looks like the one who understood the assignment from day one. People will point to a moment, a tech, a turnover, a missed appearance, and say that was the spark. But this wasn't a spark. It was a slow burn. The technical fouls that stalled momentum, the turnovers that flipped close games, the playoff no-show that turned believers into critics. And behind all of it, a growing sense that the brand of Angel Reese was setting the agenda for the teams of Angel Reese. When the spotlight became the story, the scoreboard stopped keeping up. In Season 1, Unrivaled needed volume, and Reese brought a megaphone. The first weekends felt electric. Swagger, taunts, mid-range pull-ups, cameras chasing every celebration. Views spiked, comment sections flooded. The league's social feeds were basically a Reese reel, and it worked for a minute. But watch the game film and a different picture forms. Yes, there were flashes. Second jump rebounds, bully ball seals, a handful of signature nights, but there was also static, possession-killing ISOs, heat-check mid-rangers early in the clock, and long stretches where the ball stuck while teammates stood. The body language told on the box score, palms up at refs, glares at teammates, head shakes that spread faster than any set play. That's not leadership. That's a leak.
Because let's be real, Angel Reese is the biggest draw in Unrivaled. And she was good last year. Let's not... Look, anyone who says... And someone says Angel and Sabrina are playing hardball. I'd say they're probably not offering Sabrina the same money as they did last year because they gave her the Caitlin Clark deal. And I'm guessing Angel Reese wants the Sabrina deal.
Then came the moment that should have been the making of a myth. The playoffs. Pressure tightens, rotations shorten, and stars prove it. Instead, Reese stayed home. FaceTime cheers for teammates who had to carry the load without the player the league had framed as its face. For fans, it felt off. For the league office and sponsors, it looked like a pattern. When the stakes rise, the availability drops, and the content keeps coming. Meanwhile, in Chicago, the narrative rhymed. Injuries at bad moments, a quick pivot back into the spotlight through brand shoots and appearances, and coaches stuck answering questions no coach wants. Will she be ready? Is she locked in? Fair or not? Perception calcified. And perception is the first draft of destiny in pro sports. Behind closed doors, the marketing slide decks were brutal. Clip views? Massive. Conversion? Flat. The graph everyone dreaded showed it in one line. A fast spike, then gravity. Viral drama produced comments, not customers. Ticket sales didn't move. Average audiences sagged after the opening novelty. That's the difference between attention and attachment. One spikes, the other sustains. Unrivaled needed attachment. Sponsors did the same calculus. The tone shifted from edgy growth story to unpredictable association. Executives don't like lighting money on fire defending last week's outburst. And players noticed too. The eye rolls. The here we go again exhale when the storyline left the court. You can sell swagger if the foundation is steady. If it isn't, swagger becomes noise.
I can't see her playing, but I don't know if Angel Reese is going to play. I think they're holding out. Just like they held out for Caitlin the whole way, I think they're holding out for Angel right here.
So the solution came wrapped in quiet. Don't hold a meeting. Don't write a memo. Don't draft a statement. Write a list. And don't include her. In a young league, sometimes the loudest discipline is the softest move. No headlines, no debate cycle. Just next. For Unrivaled itself, this decision was more than a roster move, it was a message. They're betting on the purity of the product, choosing basketball habits and professional standards over chaos and controversy. Inside locker rooms, the ripple effect is immediate. Roles become clearer, trust starts to rebuild, and the distraction that once hijacked game prep is suddenly gone. And for sponsors and broadcasters, the pitch just got simpler. A league focused on execution, consistency, and growth rather than social media headlines. Now put that next to Caitlin Clark. From the jump, she passed on Unrivaled. A lot of people called it a miss, but Clark understood the long game. Bandwidth is a finite resource. Leadership is a full-time job. She chose the W, chose daily reps with pros, chemistry with veterans, and the grind of a system that demands you learn, adjust, and elevate. That decision aged like a franchise player. Attendance records fell, ratings climbed, road crowds turned into traveling home courts. And while the noise swirled elsewhere, Clark built a brand on two things algorithms can't fake: consistency and compounding. Teammates got better in her orbit, spacing widened for Aaliyah Boston, corner threes started to feel like layups for Lexi Hull, rhythm stayed intact for Kelsey Mitchell. Even when the shots didn't fall, the offense did. That's value that never trends until it wins. And here's the uncomfortable truth for the drama economy. Clark declining Unrivaled didn't shrink the sport. It raised the standard for it. She made the future less about personality wars and more about basketball habits. You don't have to love her to see it. The market already does.
You just never know. You just never know with all the shit that's going on right now with the Chicago Sky, with all the shit that's going on with her.
None of this says Angel Reese can't write a better chapter. She's strong, physical, relentless on second efforts. When she anchors and plays through contact, she changes geometry in the paint. The tools are real, the ceiling is real, but the habits have to match the headline. What would that look like? 3 simple pivots. Possession value. Cut 2 mid-range heat checks per quarter. Swap them for deep seals, short roll playmaking, or quick swing actions that keep tempo. Star power is gravity. Use it to create layups and corner threes for others. Emotional economy. 1 less ref dialogue per half. 1 more huddle touch. Teammates don't need speeches, they need reliability at minute 39. Availability optics. Choose the boring wins. Treatment, film, repetition over the exciting ones. You can't lead from a phone screen in May and expect trust in June. If Reese embraces that, she's not just employable, she's essential. Every league loves redemption arcs. But redemption isn't a press run. It's a box score stitched with the small choices nobody sees. This move signals Unrivaled wants to graduate from Clip League to Competition League. That's an identity pivot, not just a roster tweak. It means teaching the audience how to watch you. Fewer manufactured sideshows, more emergent rivalries born from real stakes. It means showcasing reads, counters, and chemistry as the product, and letting personalities glow because the basketball is good, not instead of the basketball being good. Expect the content mix to change. More mic'd-up moments that reveal IQ, more breakdowns of late-game execution, more celebration of the invisible plays, tags, veers, seals, hit-aheads that coaches rewind. If they commit to that, the clips might be quieter, but the crowds will last longer. Attachment over attention. Always. Executives will tell you they want edgy. What they actually want is predictably excellent. The Fever aren't a phenomenon by accident. They're a case study in compounding trust. Ticket buyers know they'll see execution, effort, and growth. Broadcasters know the game will travel. Sponsors know the post-game will be clean. That's the blueprint. And cutting ties with a star who doesn't fit it is how a young league says, we're here for a decade, not a weekend. Discipline isn't boring when it wins. It's magnetic. In the end, this isn't a takedown. It's a turn. Unrivaled chose the standard over the spotlight. Angel Reese can meet that standard. She has the talent to do it, but the standard won't chase her anymore. And while the feeds debate what's fair, the floor will keep delivering what's true. In this new era, loud doesn't lead, habits do. So where do you stand? Did Unrivaled make the right call by moving on, or did they pull the plug too soon on a star who still has another level? Drop your take below, and tell me which moment changed your mind about this story.